talking a lot about my content method and the omnipresence marketing that I've created for Joe & Co, my boutique real estate brokerage. But now I want to talk to you about my day zero philosophy. So my day zero philosophy is based in the idea and the framework that you need to have a strategy in place before you create your business, whether it's real estate or not. So hence the name Day Zero Philosophy. I've created a checklist and you can find that linked down below, but I'm going to reference the checklist in this YouTube video. So I'm super excited. So welcome to the first day of your future. This philosophy is the exact framework I set up in my business to make over $3 million in the last 4 years. And I'm no one special. So if I can do it, you can do it too. This is a few different pages, so I have 5 pages here I'm going to try to go over. So why you should consider starting at day zero. I'm sure you've come across a concept that you need a good foundation to support anything you're going to build. Your real estate career is just that, something you will build over time. By starting with the day zero philosophy and the actionable tactics that are incorporated, you will be setting your future business up to support your future self. So what is the day zero philosophy? The Day Zero philosophy is building the systems and online presence. So this is an infrastructure to house all of the content you will create each week. This allows you to generate business and leads that will lead you to brand awareness and eventually online omnipresence through marketing. This evergreen content will attract your dream clients and allow you to live the balanced lifestyle you deserve because you aren't out there hunting and chasing people who might or might not want to work with you. Is this for everyone? I really believe the answer is yes, whether you're a realtor or not. But ask yourself the following questions. Do you want to help people? I know that's like generic and sounds kind of stupid, but do you want to be a value resource? If so, creating online content and then distributing that content will attract your dream client, and it is the key to avoiding burnout in my personal opinion. So you can avoid burnout while generating over 6 figures every single year, kind of with ease. Once you have this built, it kind of works on autopilot. You still want to create content on a regular basis because you want to remain relevant and knowledgeable. I think you should always be acquiring new market knowledge and knowledge in general. So all I want to do is sell houses and make money. Is this really going to help me? When someone wants an answer, where do they go? They go to Google. Now imagine you are the one always answering their questions via Google search. Who do you think they're going to call to help you buy or sell a house? And I do have proof of all this in my Joe & Coaching business, or Joe & Co business. So I'm so excited to really bring y'all this checklist. This is what it looks like. So the checklist is 2 physical pages, and it starts with having a website. So your website needs to be professional and you need to have a custom domain. You can build this out yourself or hire it out. There's so many options these days. You need to make sure it has blogging capabilities. You want to set up a domain-based email address. Again, we're all about professionalism. And then you want to link out to all of your social media platforms, and you want to always include contact information. So how do you want the person to contact you? My #1 preferred method is someone to schedule a call with me in my Joe & Co business, but I change this up a lot. I have different calls to actions, and calls to actions are probably the most important thing in our real estate business when we're creating online content. So you need to create these accounts. I think you need to have an Instagram account, a LinkedIn account, an X account, which is what Twitter is now called, a Facebook page, a Google business profile, a YouTube account, a TikTok. That one's definitely optional. Threads, definitely optional. Pinterest, Yelp, and a Zillow profile. I'm not a huge fan of Zillow these days, but I still think a lot of people go there and you're not going to have absolute omnipresence if you're not over on Zillow. So platforms you need to sign up for. I personally think you should use Loomly for content syndication. I think you should have a newsletter platform. There's so many options. I like MailChimp, but definitely a million options. You'll want some type of SEO, whether it's Yoast SEO or Monster Insights, or you just use Google Insights, but I personally use Yoast and Monster Insights on 2 different websites, and then I always have Google Analytics set up. If you can afford it, I definitely recommend an IDX-based website. I personally use Sierra Interactive. Your brokerage or MLS might offer one. So I know a lot of people are using KV Core. I have nothing against KV Core. I'm about to build out my whole entire omnipresence infrastructure in Alabama and hopefully Arkansas in the next 6 months, and I will be using KV Core for Alabama. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use in Arkansas yet, but that is definitely on my radar and on my action plan for the next 6 months. So now you want to, so we're going through all these different sections. Now we're so it was website, create these accounts, platforms to sign up for, and now we're on to content strategy. You need to define your ideal client and you need to learn what their pain points are. So whether it's first-time home buyer, someone relocating, you want to make sure you're always meeting their needs. So first you need to figure out what their needs are. Next, you want to decide what your content creation schedule will look like, and then you need to decide on what your content calendar will look like. So it's when you will create content and when you will post that content. Next, I personally have a small team. I did not have a small team until a couple years ago. I definitely think you need at least one person if you have any type of extra money. So as long as you have $100 a week, I definitely think you could hire out part of this, especially the content syndication. It can get really heavy. When you use Loomly, it allows you to take one piece of content and syndicate it with one click of a button. So that takes a lot of the weight off. When I first started Joe & Coaching, I was doing it all myself to prove that you can do it all yourself. And then I took my Joe & Co. Virtual assistant and I taught her exactly my method. So I have a very great method for hiring, finding, and training a virtual assistant. So that's also an ebook that I'm going to link down below. So build out a team. If you can afford it, I would hire a VA right away. Huge regrets by not hiring a VA right away. I went through a lot of trial and error, made a lot of mistakes, learned insanely fast, and that is one of my biggest takeaways. So you also might want to hire a content creator. I do have a content creator for creating local content and she's amazing. I recommend finding a transaction coordinator or someone that you can lean on when you need them because you are going to get super busy. I prefer to have someone in-house, but out-of-house is definitely an option. I also prefer someone that will physically write the contracts for you. I do not like these big companies that just help you transact the process after you go under contract. That's not helpful for me. I need someone that's going to help me write the contract. So I've had some really great people in the past, but I think if you don't have time to babysit someone, it has to be in-house. Like out of house, there's a lot going on that you don't have control over because you don't own all the systems they're using. So definitely recommend in-house as soon as you can afford it. You are going to get really busy if you go ahead and create the whole entire online presence and omnipresence that I suggest that you create for your business. Then you have now you need to plan on creating video content. Like plan on creating it from your home. In my personal opinion, that's going to be the easiest, the most affordable, but like I'm all about the easy button in my business. So tripod, aesthetically pleasing, recording scene. If you go over to Joe & Co, you'll see this scene in a couple videos, but then you'll see my old scene and all my other videos. So this is brand new for me. And then you'll want a microphone. I'm obviously not recording on a microphone today. I can see a microphone. I own tons of microphones. I'm all about that easy button and hopefully this is not too rough for y'all. Typically, I feel like in the past, it wasn't as echoey as it is right now. So hopefully it's not insanely bad. I'm like praying it's not. But, and then you'll want softbox lights and a ring light. Today, I don't have my ring light set up, but I have tons of natural light coming in right now. So I'm definitely got tons of highlights going on the left side of my body, but I do have two soft boxes. I do have a tiny ring light that I love. I have two tiny ring lights and I'm set up on a laptop right now that does not have USB charger ports. And I have a regular computer and I used to have the regular computer and I would plug these two ring lights. So I have two tiny ring lights. I want you to have as much light on the front of your face as possible. These two are doing a great job. They're positioned perfectly, so I didn't need the ring light, but I wouldn't have been able to use it unless I found a different power source. But anyways, so will you have a podcast? I don't think having a podcast is 100% necessary for real estate. When I started real estate, I did do a podcast on a very regular basis. Got too busy, wasn't seeing much value in it. I wasn't intentional enough. I didn't have a good enough plan. I was young and naive. So podcasting wasn't something I did. I wish I would have, and I wish I would have kept it up. But the most important things to me in my business, and it might be different for you, like maybe you want to coach right away, or maybe you want to grow this national brand where you're known for X, Y, and Z. But for me, it's market knowledge and local market knowledge. And I'll have a podcast with this business, Joe & Coaching, but just not yet. It's not in the cards right this second. So if you have a podcast, you want a good microphone, a good place to record, definitely not this echoey room, pick a platform. I recommend Spotify for podcasters. Pick a name and record your trailer. So remember, it's all about getting ready for day one. So we're talking all things day zero. So none of this is execution. It's just building that foundation. And again, you can hire me or I can teach you how to do all of this yourself. So get support. One or all of the below. So hire a coach or take an online course, join industry or niche related Facebook groups, find a business bestie, and seek out an online mentor or someone that you can study via Instagram or YouTube. So that is the checklist. Oh my goodness, and I lost it. And kind of, like if you download it, there's the next step. So I have a lot of goals in my business, and the main one is big. It's to teach y'all everything I know, and there's lots of different ways to teach people things. I love one-on-one more than anything. I think that's kind of what makes me special, is that I like to work one-on-one with people. So that's exactly what I'm offering today. I do have the course that I'm creating. I just don't think there's a ton of demand because it takes like a different breed of person to really want this online infrastructure built out for them, or someone that wants to do it themselves. So more than happy to teach DIY or more than happy to do it for you. So again, this is Jo with Jo and Coaching, and we were talking about the day zero checklist for realtors and the day zero philosophy for realtors. So I definitely think this is very applicable for any industry. But yeah, so this is Jo, and I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all. Love you.